Welcome to my first session of economics. Students, in class 11, we have two parts. Part 1, that is microeconomics, and part 2 is statistics. I am starting with microeconomics. Now, the word micro is a new concept, is a new thing for you. Now, what does it mean? Micro means small. Okay, the word micro means small. Now in this word micro, micro, the letter I stands for individual. Individual unit. It can be price of a commodity, it can be income of an individual, or it can be height of a student. When we try to learn any individual unit or anything in individual, it is called as microeconomics. Now going with lesson 1 in microeconomics, that is introduction. First concept what you have to understand is about an economy. Now every day being in home these days during lockdown, you have many demands that are put to your parents. Not only during lockdown, for any human being to survive in this world, we require many things. May it be food items, may it be our dresses, it can be our electronic gadgets, it can be our vehicles, etc. To buy all these requirements, people should have money, or I can say people should have income with them. Now, as student, you don't get income, so you depend on your parents to fulfill your needs. Okay. Now, how do your parents get income? You know very well, when your parents are working somewhere, they are given income. Clear? Now, we are learning about economy. Now, how do your parents get job opportunities? This is when you leave out from your house, what you see is you see big roads, you see flyovers, you see different transport facilities, you see many hospitals, colleges, multinational companies, or it can be malls, shops, etc. All these what you see are called as organization, or it is termed as institutions. Now what happens is that these institutions or organizations give opportunities for people to work so that they could earn income for survival. This is what we call as an economy. So what is an economy? It is a system that provides opportunities for people to work in order to earn for living. Going with my second topic, that is vital processes of an economy, which is also called as essentials of an economy. There are three essentials in an economy. They are production, consumption, and investment. You might have learnt about all these concepts in class 9 or in 10, but in class 11 and in 12, you will go in deep knowledge, and you can gain more informations and knowledge from the study, from the books or from the materials. Now when I say about production, a producer produces different goods and services, then it is termed as production. How will he produce different goods and services? Maybe using different technologies. Now the first essential of an economy is production, where goods are produced using different technologies. Second essential is consumption. You know very well, we are consumers, we purchase or we use different goods and services. Now, who are we? We are consumers. Now, what are we doing? We are purchasing or we are using different goods and services. That process is what we call as consumption. Now, going with the third essential, that is investment. The term investment stands for investing money in something. People who have more money with them or capital with them, they invest in producing different goods and services. The main motive behind this investment is to earn profit. Now, the third essential is investment. What is investment? It is something that is purchased with money that is expected to produce income or profit. That's all with the topic. Now, essentials, when I say there are three essentials, they are production, consumption, and investment. Acronyms that is used to make you recall these concepts are IPC, or it can be PCI, where I stands for investment, P for production, and C for consumption. If it is PCI, production, consumption, and investment. Moving on with my next topic, that is why to study economics. Okay, this is very simple question. Why we study economics? The main reason for studying economics is because of scarcity. Okay, every individual or every families, every government, every countries have a common problem. That problem is what we call as scarcity of resources. This is not only the problem that is happening in our country, it is an universal issue. Therefore, scarcity is an universal issue. So, we are studying this economics. This is the main reason to study economics. Now, what is scarcity? Scarcity is when supply is less than demand for a commodity. We call it as scarcity. Now, during this lockdown period, what you see is there are people who demand different essentials for their life, but what is not there? Supply of those commodities are not there at all. Then we call this situation as scarcity. Okay, now the answer for the term scarcity is when supply is less than demand for a commodity. It is termed as scarcity. Now, because of this scarcity, what we have to do is the next question. What does scarcity of resources require? Scarcity, I said, it is an universal issue. Even though everybody knows that there is scarcity of resources, we cannot avoid using those resources, right? What we have to do is we have to use those limited resources very efficiently. Now, what does it require? It requires economizing of resources. Scarcity of resources requires economizing of resources. Now, what do you mean by economizing of resources? Economizing of resources means making optimum use of available resources. Whatever resources are available with us, we have to use them very efficiently. Then it is called as economizing of resources. Now, going with our next interesting and very important topic, that is with problems. Being an individual or every families face different sorts of problems in their day-to-day life. Not only individuals and families or government faces, every country, every economy faces different problems. Now, in economics, we are going to learn about problems of economy. It is classified into two. They are economic problems and central problems. When I say economic, it means basic problems, and the other one is central problems. The economic problem is classified into three. They are unlimited wants, scarcity of resources, and alternative use of resources. Going with the second one, that is central problems. The central problems are also classified into three. They are what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Okay. Now, both these problems are very important questions that you have to understand and you have to learn also. The first problem, economic, it can be asked under 3 mark of a 4 mark question, and the second problem, central problems, they are asked under 6 mark questions or under 3 or 4 mark also. For the 6 mark question, your question will be explain all central problems of an economy, where you have to explain about those three problems, what, how, and for whom to produce. Okay, now students, with this, let's have a short break and I'll continue with my next session in next video. Thank you.